Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. I wanted to do a video here today, just focusing on, it's a bit of an old school Christian church hymn. And I don't know why, but it's something that really just popped into my head heavily, just like within the last 2 days. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. This is really gonna tie into more of a quick story time as well. So for some of us who actually grew up in a church, you guys, if you've ever sang in the choir, you know there were so many different various hymns, church hymns we would sing. I do remember growing up, I did sing in my church choir, and there were so many old school songs I can recall. One of them actually being, He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. And I'm just gonna kind of give you the gist of it. I'm not gonna sing it. I've been singing in the choir for years. I used to sing alto back in the day. But I remember the words being like, he's an on-time God. Yes, he is. And then they repeat the line, he's an on-time God. Yes, he is. He may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Wow, I don't know what it was, and I haven't heard that song in years, but just randomly it just like popped up into my thought process, like within the last 2 days. And I wanted to tie this into a story time because I can't tell you the number of times where I can definitely say in my own everyday existence that God truly showed up like no other. Right when you think that the walls are closing in on you, right when you think that he's left you alone to fend for yourself, something just amazing pops up, something out of the blue that you didn't see coming, that lets you know that he's still there. I think that definitely proves the point that he truly is always going to be there right on time. Now, might not be there when you want him, but just rest assured he'll be there right on time. I'll give you an example. There's been certain past occasions where I might have been dealing with certain individuals in class, or maybe even in terms of my workspace, where you have some of those bad apples that tend to like to group up, and especially if they see that you are very much organized, you tend to really love what you do and focus on your work. They may take that as a bit of a threat. They might feel that you think that you're better than them, which is, it's not the case in any way whatsoever. They may feel like that you are a know-it-all, that you tend to look down on them in a demeaning way. And again, that just may not be the case at all. But yet, they fail to realize that what they're doing is projecting how they truly feel about themselves on a deeper level. And that has a lot to do with past wounds, whether it's childhood wounds or adult wounds that they need to take care of. And the fact that is the case, a lot of times people don't take time out to try to address those issues. They continue to let them seep within themselves, and a lot of times it just stays dormant. It's a pretty unfortunate situation because it can also lead to more issues for them down the line. We'll just put it that way. I say all this to say, so dealing with those type of individuals, and being someone who's very much in tune and connected with Source, you can pick up on the energies, you can pick up on the mannerisms from them, and you know what's going on, you know what's up. And you have to, like I said in a previous video, learn how to work easy when being in those environments. It doesn't mean you're doing it and being a softie. No, you're being more calculative in terms of your approach, because you never want them to know that you can see what their MO is, right? It's truly, in its own way, like playing a game of chess, where at the end of it all, you, my friend, are going to end up getting the ultimate checkmate. And that just happened. So I've had an instance where I was, working at a certain time with these individuals. It was in a certain environment. I started noticing, a lot of the other people that I was dealing with on a daily basis, they were giving such great compliments. A lot of the people that I had worked alongside with, whether it was teammates, management, executive management, would give such great accolades, great feedback. And then, of course, the very people I was working alongside with on my shift in one of these roles was not too fond of it. They weren't too happy because they felt like, in a sense, that I was outshining them. Me picking up on this, I already knew what it was. I was like, okay, we're just gonna see how this roll. Now, for the longest, the shift that I was working on in this particular role, I didn't want to work that shift to begin with. I actually wanted a much earlier shift just so I can get out early. And, you know, at one point I thought that that was not going to be the case. I thought I was going to be forever stuck in this particular shift with these people. And the energy is just it was so off. And with that alone, it was very off-putting for me. So I found myself being more to myself and focusing on the task at hand, what I signed up for when I ended up getting the job. And, you know, granted, I still had to interact with these people, and I did so in a very professional manner. But as far as trying to build a rapport or bond with them or be a part of that negative dynamic, I was completely against it altogether. And they knew that. They knew it. They knew just based on my mannerisms that, oh, she's not with this. No, I'm not with that. So to make long story short, little did I realize that I was going to get the surprise of a lifetime in terms of the role itself. So I was still given a great opportunity to still maintain and take on the role even further. But in conjunction to that, I was now, at this particular point with this role, I was given the opportunity to take on the schedule that I initially wanted from the beginning. So when I say God is truly an on-time God, yes, he is. And he may not come when you want him, but he will be there right on time. This is a prime example of that. When I got the news, I was just all grins from that point. I could not believe my ears. I still can't believe it. Even thinking back to that scenario, I'm like, wow, he really came through when I needed him most for that. And imagine the expressions on those individuals' faces when they saw it. Because I'm pretty sure they may have wanted that schedule. But this is where that karma comes into play. Because remember, karma never loses an address at all. Please keep that in mind. And yeah, so the way I look at it, it's been an amazing ride. I say all this to say, just thinking back to that scenario and all the other scenarios I've came across where I've kind of felt that is God truly with me on this? You know, again, even with some of us in the spiritual space, you know, we never lose our faith in God. Like, our faith is very solid. Do understand that. But again, that human side, we have to be realistic about that. We still have some points where we may start to wonder, like, wait, is this the right move to make? Or, you know, do I need to pray on this more, this particular scenario a little bit more? You know, you start to have questions. I say all this to say, you don't have to, like, do it so repetitively, excuse me, that's a tongue twister. You don't have to do it so repetitively as far as the constant praying on a certain topic. Just do it and just have that faith. Continue to maintain that faith in God and knowing that it's going to work out, that it will work out, especially if it's something that he deems to be a part of the plan. And I can honestly say, me taking a step back and doing so, it has never led me wrong, which is why I choose to speak on it. I'm one of those people, I would never speak on something or suggest something if I've never experienced it myself or seen the fruits that came from it. And I'm so thankful and grateful to God for being able to have a platform like this where I can share these details and these examples with you guys to let you know that, hey, you know, that human side is going to kick up. Rest assured in that you're going to have points of doubt. You may have points of where you're questioning, are you making the right choice? You know, if you are making the right choice or not, rest assured, God is going to make sure you're aware of it. The angel team will make sure you're aware of it. But, you know, as long as your intentions and your heart is right and what you're aiming for is for good reason, you can never go wrong. That is all for today's video. I would like to hear you guys' thoughts, especially for some of those who may have heard that song. That was, again, a bit of an old school hymn. Um, I don't know where that came from. I haven't heard that song in years, but for some reason, just within the last couple of days, it truly popped up into my headspace. I'm just like, that was a really good song too. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Um, think of a time where you felt that you were dealing with a scenario and you were alone, and you felt like there was no way that that you felt like maybe God had forgotten about you. Again, we all know that God would never forget about us, his children, but again, that human side, we have to be realistic about it, right? Sometimes our mind would go there like, oh my gosh, he forgot about me. He forgot about my request. But, think of a time where you may have encountered that, but then lo and behold, he comes through. He made it happen, right? He made it happen and then some. It might be even better than what you expected, right? Think of a time when something like that has happened to you and how it truly made you feel at the end of it all. And did it truly strengthen your belief in terms of God, in terms of source? And the angel team, the team, I was just about to say the team, the angel team as well as a whole. Again, I can't say it enough, and I say it quite a bit in a lot of my videos. For others to deny the fact that the spiritual space is not with us, the angel team, that they're not supporting us, and that we're the only ones here is just mind-boggling to me. There is so many different examples and scenarios that we've all encountered, even for some who may still feel that it's not true. Like, I'm pretty sure those individuals who are in denial about it, if they just simply took time to think about any scenarios they've encountered where it was like, oh, that was just luck. If they sit and took time out to think about it, they'll realize that that wasn't luck, that was truly God and the team, the angel team working behind the scenes. So yes, definitely leave your comments in the comment section below. We'd love to hear you guys' examples. Also, consultations are still open. So if you are interested, definitely take advantage of it. If you have any issues with scheduling a consultation via the link below, just send me a message on the other platforms with your information, and then we can schedule it accordingly from there. So yeah. With that being said, I'm definitely sending you guys with love and light, and I'll see you in the next video.